Hello everyone, welcome back. Why narcissists rewrite the past when you heal? Something strange happens when you begin to heal. You don't argue anymore, you don't chase clarity, you don't need approval, and suddenly the past changes. Events you remember clearly at the night, abuse becomes miscommunication, their cruelty becomes your sensitivity. And you start hearing things like, that's not what happened. You are remembering it wrong. You have always been unstable. And in this video, we're gonna find out why narcissists rewrite the past when you heal. Not out of confusion, but out of psychological necessity. Part 1. Healing threatens the narcissistic narrative. A narcissist doesn't experience life as a story of shared reality. They experience life as a narrative where they must remain intact. The narrative has rules. They are justified, they are misunderstood, and they are either the hero or the victim. They are never the cause. Back then when you were confused, you were chasing answers, you were feeling overwhelmed, and their story worked. You fit right into it but as you heal, something shifts. You quietly, without notice, start stepping outside of the story, and the moment you step out, the narrative that once controlled everything can no longer hold you, and suddenly it has to be rewritten again. Part 2. Narcissists don't remember, they reconstruct. A healthy memory is reflective. You can say things like, maybe I did that, I'm wrong, I feel bad for doing that, I regret doing that. But a narcissistic memory is defensive. They don't recall events to understand them. They reconstruct events to protect an identity. So when healing exposes a pattern, repetitions and harm, they don't update their self-image, they update the past. This is why arguing with a narcissist feels surreal. You are discussing facts, they are defending existence. Part 3. Why your healing forces them to rewrite the past again. Before you healed, your confusion served them. You doubt, you solve, you asked questions, you sought after their version of the story, and that meant their version of the story was the dominant one. Healing does something dangerous. You no longer need their approval or explanation to trust your reality, and that creates a crisis because now their interpretation is no longer needed. Their approval, their authority feels irrelevant, and their control over the past of the story is gone. So rewriting the past becomes their last attempt to reclaim a psychological territory. Gaslighting is a repair strategy, not a sadistic one. Most people think that narcissists gaslight because they enjoy cruelty. That's not the case. Gaslighting isn't just a cruelty, it is an emergency repair mechanism. When shame is about to surface, when accountability is approaching, when exposure feels imminent, they destabilize your perception to stabilize themselves. If you doubt your memory, they don't have to face theirs. Your confusion becomes their emotional shelter. The role of shame and identity collapse. Here is the truth. When narcissists feel more than abandonment isn't being left alone, it is being seen clearly for who they really are. Shame for them isn't just a feeling of, I did something wrong. It is far deeper. It is the belief that I am wrong and I am a bad person. When you heal, something shifts. You no longer excuse their behavior. You notice patterns. You see the truth, and you see the truth with clarity. And that clarity, it threatens the fragile identity they have built around their false self. So what do? They rewrite the history, they reshape memories, all to protect the image of themselves they cannot afford to lose, because if the image collapses, so does everything they have relied on to survive emotionally, and without it they feel annihilated. Why they attack your character, not the facts. Have you noticed something important here? Whenever you state facts, they don't counter with evidence. They counter with you are crazy, you are bitter, you are unstable, and you have changed. This is not a debate, it is a character assassination, because if they can discredit you, they never have to address what had happened. The final trap: trying to correct the record. This is where healing people get pulled back in, thinking that maybe if I just clarify the truth one more time, then they will stop. But correcting the past to a narcissist is like arguing with a defense system. The more accurate you become, the more aggressive the lies and the distortion gets. Closure doesn't come from agreements, it comes from self-trust. When a narcissist rewrites the past, it's not because your memory is flawed, it's because your clarity threatens their survival strategy. Healing doesn't need a validation, and the truth does not need a consensus. If this video helped you name something you have lived through, please subscribe, like, share and comment, because understanding this is not just an insight, it is a freedom. Until next time, stay safe, stay strong and take care. Bye now.